A combustible mix of raw emotions and hard feelings as top advisors to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton came face to face for the first time since the election. The Clinton team bluntly accusing the Trump campaign of fueling racism to help win the White House.
If providing a platform for white supremacists makes me a brilliant tactician, I am glad to have lost. I would rather lose than win the way you guys did.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes. Yes.
That's very clear today. No, you wouldn't, respectfully.
Clinton Communications Director Jennifer Palmieri and Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway tangling over Steve Bannon, Trump's chief strategist and former executive of Breitbart News, a website popular with the alt-right movement.
And it is a very important moment in our history as our country, and I think as his presidency goes forward, I'm going to be very glad to have been part of the campaign that tried
to. Hey Jen, do you think I ran a campaign where white supremacists had a platform? You going to look me in the face and tell me that?
I did. Kellyanne
really?
did.
Do you think you could have just had a decent message for the white working class voters? Do you think this woman who has nothing in common with anybody?
A post-mortem on the presidential race, a staple of every campaign since 1972, erupted in this series of extraordinary exchanges at the Institute of Politics at Harvard University's Kennedy School of Government. The advisors looked one another squarely in the eye across a table as they argued about Clinton winning the popular vote and Trump the Electoral College.
It's hard to say we lost popular vote, so that means we didn't do as well.
No, and there was nothing that said the road to popular vote anywhere. It was
Kellyanne,
road to 270.
I premised my statement by saying that.
Hey guys, we won. You don't have to respond.
Okay,
I mean, seriously,
no.
Hold on. Why is there no mandate? You've lost 60 congressional seats since President Obama got there. You lost more than a dozen senators, a dozen governors, 1,000 state legislators. You just reelected a guy who represents liberal New York and a woman who represents San Francisco as your leaders. You learned nothing from this election.
The forum, a civil academic exercise in most elections, is intended to write a first draft of history of the campaign. Amid the shouting, the conversation offered a window into why Trump aides believe he won, despite a string of offensive comments.
One thing that was missed all along in this election is something that we noticed early on, which is there's a difference to voters between what offends you and what affects you.
And why Clinton aides acknowledge struggling.
Voters overwhelmingly wanted change, and we saw that. I think anybody looking at the race saw that. And obviously that did create some headwinds for Hillary.
After the off-camera discussion, Conway and Mook sat down with CNN's Jake Tapper for a conversation appearing Sunday on State of the Union.
We cannot have foreign aggressors, I would argue, intervening in our elections. And we know that the Russians were promulgating fake news through Facebook and other outlets.
I think the biggest piece of fake news in this election was that Donald Trump couldn't win. So there's that.